So, we're here training the weekend before Worthing away. Going to be a tough game, a team we know well, and off the back of a disappointing result to Fulham, it's going to be a big game to bounce back.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this division. It's relentless football week after week after week. You've got new challenges, and Worthing obviously. We've played them 3 times, FA Cup, League Cup, and at home in the league. And whilst we're getting closer, we've still not been able to get any results against them. But Fulham last week was a different test. They played really well. Full credit to Steve J and what he's done down there. I was obviously disappointed with how we played, but I put part of that to we've worked so hard in the last, really since Christmas, to try and maintain or preserve our status in the division, and we've just, as you say, just worked hard, and we're coming to the end of a long season, and maybe 1 or 2 of our results in the last week or so have just caught up with us. But that said, we trained really well tonight. We're looking fresh and ready to give it a good go on Sunday.
Yeah, and like you say, you would say pretty much from Christmas, start of the year, things did start to pick up for us a little bit, and edged our way to safety. Looking forward to being in this league, ready to go next season.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, we're now, I think, 28 points, 30 points, wherever we are, 7th in the division. We're in a fantastic place, and the girls have done really well, across the whole of the board. And even on Sunday, we brought in Marissa, 16-year-old from the under-16s. I'd give her debut, which we're really pleased that we can provide that player pathway through the younger ages for the best players coming through, which is really positive. So we're very much really at this stage of the season, we've got that opportunity to be able to look at 1 or 2 of the players coming through and see how they'll fit into our plans for next year.
Yeah, and that leads us on to this weekend, as you say. Worthing, the team we know well, ground we know well, not too many happy memories from, unfortunately. But going in, training strong tonight, potentially maybe 1 or 2 new faces in there?
Yeah, we'll have a look at it. It's one of those ones where you're going to have a really challenging afternoon, and so you have to try and go obviously as experienced, as strong as you can against Worthing. But there's always, as I say, there's always opportunities. But as I say, we've got to be as strong as we can to and also to be fair to Ebbsfleet, to keep fair competition within the league. So it's not a question of us just fielding a reserves or a development team. We've got to, as I say, show that we've got intent on winning the game, which we will do, which we do with every game. But we'll see how we go. I'm sure 1 or 2 will come in, and we'll see how they get on.
And again, looking ahead to the weekend, unfortunately, there's going to be one name that won't be on the team sheet. Lily Dent, have you got an update for the fans on her?
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted that as far as I'm aware, Lily's been offered terms at Brighton, full-time terms, so she will. It is likely that she'll go and fit in with their women's first team and be part of that squad, which is such a fantastic achievement for Lily. She's worked so hard this year and fully deserves every opportunity she gets in the professional women's game, because she's 16 years old playing for us, and she stands every opportunity, if she keeps developing at the rate she is, to go and be a top professional player. So we're really excited for her.
Yeah, and it's a real pathway. Was one from the girls
16,
section.
Yeah, good girls section 16 player. And this is sort of the transparent message that we're always willing to provide opportunities for the younger players in the first team. But the challenge for those players is to make sure that they're at a level where they stand half a chance of coming into the first team. So those opportunities will always be there if their level of development is at a stage where they're ready to take those opportunities, which Lily was. Obviously, Marissa got 60 minutes on Sunday. But also, when you think we've had Olivia's come through, Layla was in the reserves at the start of this season, and obviously has then featured really heavily in the last sort of 6 months for us. So it does work. There is that pathway, but as I say, the challenge for everybody, especially within the girls section, but also in the development team and in the reserves, is to develop those players so that they are at a level where they can come in and play.
And just not so much on the first team, looking ahead to not this weekend, the following weekend for the reserves, a big cup final in Dorking.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic for them. They Courtney and the whole of the squad have worked so hard to, they were pushing Ashmount Lee, who they've got in the final in the league, all, right the way through the season. They've had some great results. They've just in the, Ashmount Lee, I don't think have lost all season, whereas I think the reserves have just dropped points in one or two of the games, which has been the difference. But I've absolute full confidence that Courtney will prepare them brilliantly, ready for the cup final, and they'll give it as good a go as they can.
Yeah, well, look, thank you very much, Will. We'll catch up with you after Worthing. SESC TV will be there, and let's hope for a good result.
Thank you.